so hyped. Y'all know what's going on, man. You know how we do with Kingdom Life right now. Listen,
all right, man, get your phone.
Get your phone out.
Share the service.
Share this. What are you doing?
I'm doing it right now.
Come on, man. I'm doing the same thing. Sharing the service. Hit the share button. Let everybody know we got this thing rolling. Right now, we're in the middle of our iTithe series.
It's in the cloud.
It's in the cloud.
I know y'all can see it, man.
The cloud and the sea, man.
Yes.
This series has been blessing me, man.
Oh my God. This is, man, I'm blessed.
Oh my God. Me and Minister Bradley were just talking before we even hit the record button. We were talking about a point Pastor made about how we need to stop
treating God like he's a bill collector.
Like a bill collector. Listen, God doesn't need your seed. We need our seed.
Look, we need it. It's for us.
It's for us.
We
man.
need it.
This has just been blessing me. And I want y'all to know about it. I'm hitting the share button, sharing it with my friends. Let's get this thing going, Kingdom Life. Y'all know what it is. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Can you believe it? It's less than 1 minute left before service begins. Listen, we are on the edge, just waiting for what God is about to do. I want you to push me because I am close to it and God's about to do something super crazy. This is what I need you to do. I need you to grab this stream. And not only do I want you to like it, but share, start a watch party. Get everybody you know on the stream right now. Get them to the online campus because I'm telling you, God's about to cause a major move. This word and this worship, tailor-made just for you. I can't wait to see you on the other side. You might come broken, beaten, battered, bruised, but I'm telling you, you're going to leave better. Let's jump in and experience the kingdom. I'm going to see you on the other side.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kingdom Life Ministries. So glad that you're here today. Listen, we're going to call on the name of the Lord. You got some requests from the Lord. Let's make them known and bless His Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to remind you of an important day. It's our pastor's birthday. We're so excited. Listen, family, this is the time of year, the important time of year where we collectively bless the man of God. The Bible teaches us that the one who preaches and teaches is worthy of double honor. And so we are going to come together and bless the man of God. This is what we're asking every family to give $150 by April 11th. We want to present this gift to him for his birthday on April 15th. Listen, I know y'all going to come through, and I even know some of y'all going to do more, and we thank you. We love you. I thank you and appreciate you. Let's bless him and celebrate him together.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Minister Russell.
Minister Bradley.
And welcome to another edition of Kingdom News. Yes, sir. We are back, man.
Back.
We back, and we finna be really back. We'll get to that in a second. Before we get to coming back in the building, which I know y'all excited about, we need to talk to y'all about following us on social media.
Come on, please follow us on social media. We hope y'all done that by now.
Gotta have done it by now.
Come on, man. Look,
We are at Experience the Kingdom.
Experience the Kingdom. You can download the app. All right, it's easy. We want you guys to participate with us in all the conversation. We want you to be in the know about what's going on here at Kingdom Life.
We want to kick it with you. We want to talk with you. So when you download the app, which you can find on the Google Play Store, or you can also find it in the App Store if you have an Apple phone, you can download it, search Kingdom Life Jackson, and it'll pop right up. Once you do that, join the conversation.
Yes, please.
I can't tell you how important that is, right?
Please.
The Bible says, forsake not the assembling of the saints. It's 2021. There's more than one way to assemble.
Yes. Even though we in the building, that doesn't mean you gotta, forget your apps, y'all. We do a lot with the app.
Join in, stay tapped into the virtual campus via the app. That's Kingdom Life Ministries-Jackson. You can find the app, okay? Follow us on social media, also on YouTube. We want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find all the services there, lessons, behind the scenes of all the stuff we got going on here at Kingdom Life. We also want you to hit the notification bell so you can know every time we upload some new fire. And drop some fire emojis if you know. We bring the fire.
We're bringing the heat. Yes.
Yo, and speaking of bringing the fire, we want you to know that we are now opening up the doors to our media team here at Kingdom Life.
Yes.
If you're looking for an internship opportunity, if you're looking for a way to exercise your gifts for the kingdom, if you have a gift in graphic arts, in video editing, in sound design, whatever it is, logo making, whatever it is, if you got a gift and you want to explore that, we want to welcome you here. Join up with the team, man. Kingdom Life.
You're the best team. Come on, y'all.
The best team. And I don't mean that to be cocky. I mean that to be sure. I love what we're doing here. We're doing some great things for the kingdom, as many churches are, but I love what we're doing, and we want you to be a part, okay? So please, hit us up. You can hit us up on our Facebook. You can hit us up on our Instagram or via the app, wherever you can connect with us, and let us know if you would like to join up with the media team here at Kingdom Life.
Yes. Hey, listen, we got another information for y'all. We got to bring it to you. Whoop. Guess what? Whoop. It's Pastor's birthday.
Hey, yo, there's no part where they put the little...
Yo, it's Pastor's 40th birthday.
Yes, sir.
Listen, Kingdom Life family, we're asking every fan to sow a seed of $150.
Yes.
$150. We know that it's honor when we honor the man of God. He is the father of our souls. He looks after us. He works tirelessly. And we trying to turn up.
Turn up!
We're trying to turn up for Pastor's birthday. We want to bless him in a mighty, mighty way. So do your best. Do your best. If you say, hey, you know, I don't have $150, do your best. That's all that we ask.
That's all we ask. You can give the whole thing once, or you can give a little bit every Sunday. Or you might be saying, I got it like that and I want to do more. Do what you feel, what you get. The important thing is that we just want to honor and bless the man of God who shepherds this house. And we're going to do that, right?
Yeah.
We're focusing on sowing. It's been a series we've been in, which has been entitled iTithe. Oh my God, we're in the iTithe series. So I'm hoping by now at this point you have joined the challenge.
Yes.
If it's your first time tuning in with us and you're new to this series, if you're new to the Kingdom Life family, we want you to know we're in our iTithe series and we want you to join the challenge. We have the merch popping off. We got the t-shirts, we got the hoodies, and I know you already know how this guy gets down with the merch.
Hey.
He keeps us fresh over here.
Hey.
He keeps us fresh over here. So I need y'all to get these hoodies, man. They're so dope. Speaking of, I have me a 2X. I don't know where that's at.
It's coming.
All right, it's on
the way.
It's all good. Listen, I'm just excited about getting my hoodie because I need it before March 7th. What's going on March 7th?
Okay.
Yeah,
March 7th.
Yeah, I know what this.
Look, I hope y'all ready for this because guess what? We are back in the building. Yes, we are back in the building. 1825. Bring our road. Yes. Listen, yo, we got so much in store and so much that's getting ready to take off.
Yes.
Oh my God, man. Listen, we got our red carpet event. Listen, y'all do not want to miss this, man, on March 7th. We're going to get things jumping early.
I heard they had a DJ coming.
Oh, we got a DJ?
Oh
we got a red carpet. Man, we got, what, refreshments?
I was about to ask, I'm about to be hungry.
Coffee, donuts. Listen, man. Look, we got it all. Look, we're so excited. It's been 5 months, guys.
Yeah.
Since we've been in the building and gathering together, and we're so excited. We miss you guys, and so we're just so excited to have you back in the building. Oh my God, man! I just can't wait.
I'm so excited. We've been operating in wisdom, not in fear. God hasn't given us the spirit of fear, but He has given us wisdom. We've been operating in wisdom. You've been diligent. When you come on March 7th, please wear a mask. Bring a mask. Be safe. We're still going to social distance. We're still going to operate with wisdom inside the building. But we're going to be back in the building.
Be back.
Okay? So we want to see you there. Please hit us up. Let us know if you want to participate in the red carpet event. If you do, hit us up on Facebook. We do have an invite that's going out, so you can say if you're coming or not. You can RSVP because we want to give you the red carpet treatment. If you're coming down with the DJ to shout you out, we want to hit a little when you come down the red carpet because we want to celebrate with you. Okay, bring a mask. Social distance is going down. Okay, but I'm ready to get out the house.
Man,
I don't know what y'all ready to get out the house. You know, God, it's really dope, man. God brought worship into our homes, man, through this, even through COVID. You know, a lot of it wasn't fun, but God brought worship into our homes, and He made us learn how to worship Him and have church without all the razzle-dazzle, but a living room and a coffee pot. We can celebrate God. We're coming back in the building, and not only on March 7th are we doing our red carpet back in the building event, but on March 10th,
oh my goodness,
we finna turn up, man. We turning up.
What do we got?
Oh man, we got a worship service.
Yes.
Oh my God, I need y'all to be there. If y'all know anything about how we cut up here at Kingdom Life, it's gonna be a celebration because God is good and He's worthy to be praised. Now listen, don't get me started. God is great and He's greatly to be praised, which means that our praise is an extension of how good our God is. If He's okay, we give Him an okay praise. If He's good, we give Him good praise. If He's great, we give Him great praise. But we give God a crazy praise because He's been crazy good. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You have to be there. Please, once again, hit us up on Facebook. Let us know if you're coming through. We're going to social distance, all of that, but we're going to turn up for God. We back in the building.
We back.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's going down, y'all. Listen. Service is coming back. Thank y'all for bearing with us. I know we taking up a little bit of your time. Y'all know what time it is right now. We have our offering.
Oh, it's offering time.
Offering
y'all.
time.
Y'all know what time it is.
Y'all know what we do, man.
Hey, listen, guys and girls and women and men.
Everybody.
Listen, we take this serious. We are in our tithing series, and this is a part of the service where we all can play a part. We all can participate.
Yes, sir.
And so we don't take it lightly when we get to this part of the service. It's offering time. You know, we do a lot with our offering. We use the offering and our tithes to upbuild the kingdom of God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like you see us doing this is how we pay for it, for our media team, how we get information to you guys, and this is how we do other things in the ministry, how we feed. We do a lot of stuff in November. So many things that we do in ministry, and your tithes and offering goes a long way in helping make that happen.
Yes, sir. The iTithe Challenge is not about shirts and hoodies. It is about giving what is due our God and doing our reasonable sacrifice, right? So if you're watching this, it is that time, okay? This is the time where the challenge is set in place. Tithe, give unto God. And you can do that a couple of different ways, okay? You can give via mailing it in, hit them with the address, my brother.
1825 Spring Arbor Road.
Spring Arbor Road. You can give via Cash App. I'm pretty sure right now our dope media team has it going down here, got everything. You can give via Cash App. You can mail it in. You can give via the Kingdom Life app. You can text to give. There's so many different ways that you can do what it is you need to do.
Yes.
And listen, it's so important we set aside time to celebrate God and to sow into kingdom ground. And it's going down, y'all.
Going down.
It's going down.
Remember, guys, you know, giving it's not a money issue. We already said it's a heart issue.
It's a heart issue.
So let's search our hearts. Let's give God what's God's, and let's do ministry.
You already know what it is. This has been Kingdom Life News and Offering. We getting back to praise and worship. Let's go.
Get up off your seat. Let's go. Let's go.
last one. Say everything. Hallelujah. He's everything. He's everything. You've been a rock in a weary land. You are everything. You are shelter, my provider, my sustainer, my healer. God, you are everything. Everything I need. Somebody ought to shout everything. Somebody ought to type everything. He is. Hallelujah.
Well, God bless you. Come on, let's give God some praise all over this house. If you're online, I should see emojis all across that screen. Welcome to Kingdom Life Ministries, our online campus. Have you enjoyed the praise and worship? Oh my God, it blessed me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you caught all of the announcements. And man, I am just glad that you are here. Welcome again. I'm your pastor, Pastor Fred Parker Jr., and welcome to Kingdom Life Ministries. You are about to experience the kingdom all the more. So God bless you. If you haven't done so yet, in that comment section below, go ahead and type, I'm here, Pastor. I'm in the house. If somebody's in the kitchen getting coffee, tell them, get in here, Pastor's about to preach. It's about to go down. Yes, it is. I'm glad you're in the house. Thank you for tuning in. We recognize you got a lot of choices, but you came to worship with us. And for that, I believe God's going to bless you real good. Well, listen, with no further ado, it's time to make it do what it do. Let's get it. Get your Bibles, get your tablets, your cell phone, your computer, whatever you use to get to the text. Let's get it. Let's make it do what it do. If you would, let's jump over to 1 Kings, the 17th chapter and the 13th verse. 1 Kings, the 17th chapter and the 13th verse. I told you I'm getting y'all ready for when y'all come back. I don't see you, but I see you at home. Go ahead and stand up with me while we're going through this first text. Because when you come back to the building, on this first text, we just like to honor this little tradition. Just saying, listen, we just honor the King. The King is speaking. He's coming into the room on the beginning of our message. Just like the judge comes in, we want to stand for what the King is about to say. The King says in 1 Kings 17 and 13, and Elijah said to her, do not fear. Go and do as you have said. Catch this. But first, make me a little cake of it, and notice the purposeful inflection, bring it to me.
Yeah.
And afterward, make something for yourself and your son. I'm coming for the B clause where the purposeful inflection was placed. Bring it to me. If you're online watching, everybody in the house, say this with me. What I have, I'm bringing it to God.
I'm bringing it to God.
And while you're telling somebody, tell them this, and he's going to multiply it.
And he's going to multiply
You
it.
can sit down, make it good. I'm bringing it to God. I am bringing it to God. In the 2012 Olympics, Team Jamaica, the men's track and field team, they shattered, as it were, the 4x100 meter world record. They ran an incredible 36.84, breaking all previous records. What's interesting is, if you were to look at this, it's amazing to watch 4 individuals to run all the way around the track in 36 seconds. Not only do they have to be fast individually, but I contend and argue something else is at play. If you were to ask any track and field coach or a runner, they will tell you that the relay is often won or lost in the handoff. It's almost as if we are in an interesting space and time. It's like this handoff that's happening from 2020 to 2021. It's this handoff that, as it were, we went from staying in the house till on March 7th, we're coming back to the house. It's this handoff that's happening from us being victims to COVID to now transitioning to being victors through the vaccine. We are in a handoff. In our central text today, that will serve as our thematic thrust, we find another handoff happening. We'll find today Jesus is shooting his regular with his disciples. And the people have thronged around Jesus and his disciples. They came because they needed, I argue, something from Jesus. The disciples, as we will discover and explore today, were intent on sending the people away, but Jesus says, no, we ain't send them away. We're going to do something here. They were saying, let them go take care of their own business and take care of themselves. But Jesus says, no, we're going to bless them right here. It's as if Jesus was showing them, I need you to transition how you think about ministry. It was this handoff that was happening on how Jesus said, this is how we're going to do ministry going forward. I don't know who I'm talking to. Maybe it's you online, and you're at a place, and you're saying, God, I need something new to happen in my life. God, I'm ready for a change to happen in my life. God, I'm ready for a transition to happen in my life. Well, maybe if that's you, you're in the right place at the right time on the right channel, because I'm here to tell you that God is in the business of handing it off. But what I've learned is before God can do what he wants to do, we have to also be willing to hand it off.
Come on, sir.
Let's dive in. Let me begin this morning by dropping us in a text that many of you online, many of you in the house have heard before. This text is a familiar story, and it's featuring Jesus feeding the 5,000. Now, the text is pregnant with many preaching possibilities. Time doesn't allow me to park there for long. But in the few minutes that we have left, my intent is to throw just a small homiletical stone at this. Because regarding my specific assignment today, this text presents a major principle that's implicit in the text that I have to live today. But before I get to the principle, I think it's important that I help bring you up to speed. No one likes to start a story. No one wants to start a movie in the middle of the movie. I don't want you to tell me after the end what happened in the beginning. So it would not be fair to you if I didn't succinctly bring you up to speed. So let me bring you up to speed quickly. Jesus and his disciples, they have just returned from a great day. The disciples had been exercising their power and their authority that Jesus had endowed upon them. They were excited, y'all. They were coming back telling Jesus about what had happened. And they were telling Jesus all of the successes that they had. When they returned and telling Jesus all that they had done, Jesus says, this is all cool again, but I tell you what, let's get together. Let's go away for a while for y'all so that y'all can rest and be by yourselves for a minute. And as they were attempting to get away, the text tells us that something interesting happened over in Mark 6. That many people saw that Jesus and his disciples were trying to get away. And as they were trying to get away, and they saw them, and they were on the boat trying to back away from the people, as it were, they saw them, and Jesus saw them. They went back on shore. Jesus saw the great crowd, and the text says, he had compassion on them. Jesus, the text says, began to teach them many things. And after teaching all day, after having a great crowd, the text tells us next that the hour had grown late. Jesus' disciples said to him, let's send the people away. This is a desolate place. There is no Popeyes near here. There's no McDonald's. There's no Burger King. There isn't Uber Eats or Instacart. There's none of these things to bring the people what they need to get something to eat. We're in a countryside. Let's send them away so that they can go to the villages, watch this, and buy themselves something to eat. It's what Jesus said next that arrested my attention. Let's look at it together. Mark 6:37. Look at what Jesus says here in the ESV version. But he answered them, you give them something to eat. And they said to him, watch this, it's almost a hint of sarcasm. Read between the lines. It's almost a hint of Jesus, you tripping. Look at what they said next to Jesus. They had some nerve. Look at what they said. And they said to him, shall we go and buy 200 denarii worth of bread and give it to them to eat? I don't know about y'all, but when I look at that, it makes me wonder, when y'all trying to be sarcastic with Jesus? They said to Jesus, let's send them away so they can buy themselves something to eat. Jesus then says, and you read it with me in 37, but he answered them, you give them something to eat. And they said to him, you read it, let's look at it again. Shall we go and buy 200 denarii worth of bread and give it to them to eat? There's a lot in this text. And I don't have much time left. But in regards to my assignment today, let me just drop in and talk about what we need to deal with. The disciples are saying to Jesus, in essence, we tired, boss. The disciples are saying to Jesus, in essence, it's getting late. Let's go. Send them home because we tired. We're trying to go home. We've been moving in power. We've been teaching and talking. It's a long day. Anybody online ever had a long day? You just wanted to get home, kick your feet up, get a hot bath. You said, look, I've had enough. The disciples were almost saying to Jesus, we had a long day. Send them home, Jesus. All these people were around and thronged around them after a long day of teaching, and Jesus saw something. These people were hungry. They weren't just hungry for the word because they heard the word all day. But in addition to hearing the word, they were hungry for something greater. Yeah. Somebody holler back, greater. Greater. I feel like 10 of y'all online saying, listen, Pastor, I'm hungry for something greater in 2021. They were hungry for something greater, and Jesus said, no, you give them something to eat. They wanted some real food. You know, some real food. Not food like your mama cooked, food like your grandmama cooked, food like Big Mama cooked. You know, some real food, some down-home cooking. I mean, some homemade cooking, not the stuff that you buy at the store in a can, some real food. That's what they wanted, some real food. They were hungry for real food. And they said to Jesus, let them buy themselves something to eat. Now, on one level, their thinking was logical. On one level, their thinking was practical. The disciples were saying to Jesus, let's allow them to leave so that they can buy themselves something to eat. And Jesus said, no, we ain't doing that, y'all. You give them something to eat. Don't miss this. Don't come this far and miss this, because what do you do? Yeah, I'm talking to you online, everybody in the house. What do you do when Jesus says that you can do something that's beyond your reach? Yeah. Has Jesus ever told you to reach for something that you said, Pat, Jesus, my arms aren't long enough? Has he ever told you to stretch for something that you knew that you couldn't grab? Has he ever told you to reach beyond a space that you said, I've never reached this far? What do you do when God tells you that he wants you to do something that requires more than your current resources? Okay, let me go ahead and make it plain. What do you do? Come here and look at me. What do you do when God tells you, watch this, to go and buy your house, but you haven't got the approval yet? What do you do when God says, go ahead and tell him you want the house, but you ain't even got approved yet? What do you do when God tells you to apply for the job and you don't feel like you got the qualifications? I wish I was teaching about telling y'all online. What do you do when God tells you to launch your business, but you say, but God, I don't even have any customers yet? What do you do when God says your body is healed, but you're saying, I still feel like I got symptoms? What do you do when God says, do something and you're saying, but God, it's beyond my reach. Have you ever been there? Anybody online that knows what it's like to say, God, you're telling me to do something, but I don't have it in my hands yet. You're telling me to move out of something, but I don't feel like I'm capable of it yet. You're telling me my body is healed, but I still feel pain going up and down my body. You're telling me to go get the loan, but I haven't got approved yet. You're telling me the house is mine to walk around it and claim it, but I don't even got the approval. What do you do when God is calling you to greater? What do you do when God says you can do something? But you said it's beyond my reach. I have learned, come here, look at me, everybody online, that when God tells you to do something that's beyond your natural ability, He is preparing to influence the situation with His divinity. Say it again, Pastor, because somebody missed it. When God tells you to do something that's beyond your natural ability, He's preparing to influence. Somebody holler, influence. He's preparing to influence the situation with His divinity. Don't miss this, because when God says, watch this, go big. When God says, think big. When God says, walk big. When God says, act big. When God says, walk different, think different, move different. When God is telling you to do something different, He is trying to position you for something greater. Somebody holler back, greater. It's as if He's saying, I need a willing and available vessel that I can do supernatural through. I need a willing and available vessel that I can do something supernatural through. I need somebody that's willing, watch this, to be tested so that I can give them a testimony. All three of y'all about to miss it because you're asking God to increase you, you're asking God to elevate you, but God says, okay, if you want me to do that, I need a willing and available vessel. Okay, come here, look at me, I'm not done with you, because somebody's online and saying, God, use me. Have you ever said, use me? Or when you ask the Lord to use you, then you ought to be ready for however He decides to use you. Come on, sir. Because when you ask God to use you, you don't always get to determine the prerequisites of your using. You don't always get to tell God how you want to be used. God says, I will use you how I see fit. I will use you for my glory. So if you want me to use you, I need a willing and available vessel to be tested so I can give them a testimony. You might feel like a victim today, but I'm going to make you a victor. Tell somebody, I'm just going through. That's all. I'm just going through. God is getting me ready. He's preparing to move through me in a great way. He's preparing me for a miracle.
Thank you, Lord.
He says, I just need a man or a woman that I can manifest the miracle through. So what are you trying to tell me, Pastor? When God gets ready to do something big, it requires your participation. Say it again. Say it again. When God gets ready to do something big, it requires your participation. Can you say it a third time? Look at me. Look at me. When God gets ready to do something big, it requires your, point to yourself, my participation. Because when God gets ready to do something, I've learned that God just doesn't do it all by Himself. He says, listen, if you want the miracle, you have to participate. You want to be rescued, you got to participate in your own rescue. You want a breakthrough, then you have to participate. You don't get to sit on the dock of the bay wasting time, twiddling your thumbs. You have to participate if you want this breakthrough. If you want a miracle, if you want God to do something big in your life. So before divine multiplication, it requires your participation. Say it again. Before divine multiplication, it requires your participation. The disciples in the text were saying, in essence, let them fend for themselves. But Jesus was saying, no, you do something. They said, they got it, they good, they grown, they got their babies, their family, they can walk from here to wherever they got to get to fend for themselves. Jesus said, no, you do something. Don't miss this. Are you paying attention? Are you taking notes? Because you can't afford to miss this, because the question that this text begs to be answered is this. Why would Jesus say, give them something to eat? They're in a desolate place. It's not like they have a whole bunch of food. It's not like they're running a food bank in the desert. it's clear that they don't have enough food to feed everyone. So the text begs the question, the text screams back at us, and it asks us a question that we have to answer and deal with and grapple with. So Jesus says, you feed them. But the question is, where do they get food from? Well, it's not like there was some ancient food truck of antiquity that they could go to and feed them. So how would they do this? Why, the question is, come here, why would Jesus ask them to do something that he already knew they didn't have enough in their current hands to accomplish what they were asking? He was asking them. Why would Jesus ask them such a thing? Well, let me be clear. Come here, look at me. That Jesus already knew what they had in their hands.
Amen.
When Jesus asks you to do something big, and he tells you to reach for something big, he tells you to accomplish something bigger than what you've ever done, don't get it twisted. He already knows what's in your hand.
Yeah.
He already knows what you've accomplished in the past.
Yeah.
He already knows your capability and your ability.
Yeah.
But yet he asks you anyway. Tell somebody he asked me anyway.
He asked me anyway. That's good, Pastor.
I don't always know why he asked me, but he asked me.
Yeah, that's good.
I can look at somebody else and say they're more worthy, but he asked me.
He asked me.
They can speak better, they can walk better, talk better, but for some reason he asked me. Find somebody else tell me he asked me. I don't know why he chose me, but he chose me. I don't know why he selected me, but he selected me. I don't know why he called me out of darkness and placed me and put me in his marvelous light. I don't know. I feel like preaching about 5 of y'all that's grateful, that's saying, look, I'm glad and I got to praise in the middle of this painful and beautiful pandemic. Why, Pastor? Why am I praising? Because I'm still here. You ought to push somebody else right home with somebody, or push yourself and say, I'm still here. I'm still standing in the middle of this pandemic. I still got to praise in the middle of this pandemic. I still got to shout. Guess what? I'm still here. Go ahead and scream all across that screen. Say, I'm still here. I don't know why he kept me, but he did. I don't know why he blessed me, but he did. I don't know why he healed my body, but he did. Tell somebody, he blessed me, he blessed me, he blessed me. Okay, I gotta go. Okay. So sometimes, when you're playing cards, I told you, in the game of cards, sometimes you get dealt a bad hand. And in life, come here, it feels like at times we get dealt a bad hand. Okay, maybe you feel like maybe I'm only talking about 5 of you online that's going through some stuff. If that's you and you're okay to be honest on this Sunday morning to say, I know what it's like, Pastor, to feel like I've been dealt a bad hand. Trying to do my best, but it seems like I get dealt a bad hand. Trying to live right, but it seems like I get dealt a bad hand. Trying to praise right and shout right and tithe and come to church and do all the right things, but it keeps seeming like every time I line back up, every time I get back to the table, life seems to deal me a bad hand. But what do you do when you keep getting a bad hand, as it were, according to how you see it, when you take that and couple it with faith?
Oh, come on, Pastor.
Yes, sir.
When you take your bad hand and you say, why don't I put some faith in my hand?
Yeah.
What happens when you have a bad hand and faith in the other hand? Okay. So I told you, I didn't forget, the disciples were saying, we don't have enough, Jesus. Well, look at what happened in 38, verse 38, Mark 6 and 38.
Talk about it, Pastor.
And he said to them,
What did he say?
how many loaves do you have? Did you miss 37 when he said, you do something?
You feed.
And then look at 38. And 38 he says, well, how many loaves do you have?
Yeah. What you got in your hand?
Don't miss this next part. Then he said, go see.
Go see. Yeah.
You ever had your parents tell you, y'all know all my parents online, your kids said, I don't know. You said, well, go see.
Go find out.
Jesus was being daddy here. Said, well, go see.
That's good.
Get off your behind and go see.
Go look.
And they said after they went to go see, and they found out after they went to go see,
what they had,
that they said because they went to go see that they had 5 and 2 fish. Jesus, don't miss this. Jesus said, Tell me what you got.
What you got?
They already said we ain't got enough. But Jesus said, tell me what you got.
That ain't specific.
They already said it's not enough to do this, Jesus. Jesus says, I ain't trying to hear that.
Come on,
Y'all know
man.
some of y'all from back in the day, we say talk to the hand. Go ahead, put a hand emoji up there. Tell somebody talk to the hand. Sometimes you got to tell some folks that's speaking contrary to what you're saying. You got to talk to the hand. I ain't trying to be rude. I ain't trying to be some kind of way, but I can't listen to that right now.
Right. Come on,
Have you ever been at a place where you're standing on faith and you need a miracle?
Yeah.
Some people are coming in your face and talking everything contrary to what God says. There comes that moment where you have to say, I'm sorry, but talk to the head. I'm sorry, I can't hear what you're saying right now. My ears are plugged to this. Because I'm in a place and a posture of faith. And everything I'm waiting on, I need God to move. I'm sorry, tell somebody you're going to have to talk to the head. God's about to do something in my life. Talk to the head. Oh, because right now my face just don't understand. Okay, Jesus was saying, go see.
Go see.
Tell somebody, go see.
Go see.
Go see.
Go see.
Jesus was saying, he said, look, don't tell me what you got, what you don't have. Go see. And it's time for you to go and see. Okay. So they said we have 5 fish and 2 loaves. And Jesus said, okay. It's almost as if he was saying to them, if I told you, you can. Stop telling me all the reasons why you can't.
Come on, son.
It's almost as if Jesus was saying here, get off your behind.
Come on, son.
Stop complaining.
Come on, son.
Stop whining.
Oh, you teaching.
Get up out of this bad posture.
You teaching, sir.
Don't talk to me about how messed up it is.
You teaching, sir.
Don't you know who you're talking to?
You teaching, sir.
Don't you know who you have in your presence?
You teaching, sir.
Don't you know who's standing on your side?
Yeah.
Don't you come to me talking about lack.
Yeah.
When you're coming to the God that is and was and is to come.
Yeah.
Don't you come to me telling me what you can't do.
Yeah, come on.
When I own a cattle on 1,000 hills. Don't tell me what you can't do. When the earth is the Lord's, the fullness thereof, and they that dwell therein. Don't tell me what you can't do. When I speak, it is so. Don't tell me what you can't do. Because I'm God all by myself. I told you last week, he's Jehovah Jireh. I told you last week, he's Jehovah Nissi when you need him. He's Jehovah he's El Shaddai when you need him. He's Jehovah Shalom when you need him. Don't tell me what you don't got. Tell me what you can do. Look at somebody and tell them I can. You trying to say I can, but God says I can. Scream at that stuff and say I can. Oh, okay. Y'all standing at home. I'm trying to get out of here. Y'all keep standing. Oh, this is good, Pastor. It's as if he's saying to them, you've been spending this time telling me what you can't do. And God is saying, listen, don't you know who I am? I am that I am. I'm the God from everlasting to everlasting. I am God. It's as if he's saying to them, God says, wait a minute, don't you know that you are more than a conqueror? But you say sometimes to God, look at me, y'all know what we say. Sometimes we say, but I just feel defeated. But God says, no, you're more than a conqueror. God says to us, you are victorious. But we say back to God, but God, I just feel like a victim. God says to us, you are more than capable. But we say back to God, God, I just feel so incapable. I feel like I can't do nothing. I know y'all don't pray like that. I know nobody online would ever go to God like that and tell God how messed up you feel, how inadequate you feel, how insufficient you feel. And God says, wait a minute, you spent the last 30 minutes telling me what you can't do, what you feel like, and not one time have you told me what my word says. Not one time have you told me what you're capable of. I didn't ask you what you felt like. I'm interested because he's your God. But when you get done with that, tell somebody when I get done crying, when these tears get done flowing down my face, when I get out of my messed up place, when I get done with all that, I'm going to wipe the tears from my face. I'm going to stand back on my own 2 feet. And when I get back up, I'm going to say I can. I can do what? I can make it. I can do what? I can overcome. I can do what? I am more than a conqueror. Tell somebody I can. Okay. God says, you are above and not beneath. God says you are the head and not the tail. God says you are more than a conqueror. But y'all know what we do sometimes. We say, well, God, I just feel like I'm in the back. I just feel like I am the tail. I just feel like I'm constantly the borrower. But God says, no, you're the lender. God says, no, you're not the tail, you're the head. And we often tell God what we feel like. And God says, I'm not asking you always what you feel like. I need you to speak back to me. What did I say? When was the last time you went to God and said, God, this is what you said about me? When was the last time you went to God and said, God, I'm going to spend my whole time in prayer just declaring what you say about me? When was the last time you went to God and said, God, I'm going to intercede for my family based on your word? Yes, I'm sad. Yes, I got tears streaming down my face. Yes, I'm struggling right now, but I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes. I'm going to spend the next hour. I'm going to spend as much time as it takes. And I'm just going to keep saying what you say because I need to agree with your word. That means my words agree with your word. And I keep saying what you say. You have to do what you say. You are a God of your word. Your word will never fail. Heaven and earth will fade away before one word he speaks will fail. I'm trying to go. I am. Y'all keep standing. You say to God, I don't feel like I have enough. But God says you have more than enough. You say to God, but God says your body is healed. But you say, but God, I keep having all these pains. I keep having all these symptoms. And the doctor says, have you ever went to God and said, well, God, I know what you said, but the doctor said. The doctor keeps saying, I'm not. The doctor keeps saying, so whose report will you believe? I want to have about 5 guys from the old church online right now, because we come right now, we say, we shall believe the report of the Lord. If I had more time, the song says, his report says, I am healed. His report says, I am free. His report says, I have the victory. I'm sorry, tell somebody, I got victory. I got victory. Okay. So God says, no, you're healed. And you say, God, but no, they said I got a sickness. God says, I haven't given you the spirit of fear. Yeah. But I've given you power, love, and a sound mind. That's right. But you say to God, I just feel like I'm losing my mind. Well, what are you trying to tell me after all this, Pastor? It's like Jesus was saying to the disciples in this text, stop telling me what you don't have. And go and tell me what you do have. Stop spending all this time telling me how inadequate you are. But go and look at what you got and tell me what you have in your hand. Okay, let me make it plain and come to this 21st century context. God says that you have enough money to pay your bills. God says you have enough money to pay your rent and your mortgage. But you say to God, I don't have enough. My God. I know anybody online, no one has ever gone to God and said, I don't have enough. But God says, you got enough. Then God says to you, tell me what you have. And you say to God, like the disciples, God, you know what I got. You know I don't have enough for this. God says, tell me what you got. And then you got the nerve to say with the God, well, all I got is $50. Then God says to you, tell me what's in your hand. And you say to God, I got $50 in my hand, but it's not enough. But then God says, no, that's all you need. Because in your hands, it's not enough. But what happens when you put it in my hands? In your hands, it's not enough. Okay, in this text, the disciples says it's not enough in their hands. And Jesus
said, go tell me what you got. I gotta go. I'm going on this text. Mark 6:41. Look at what happened next. After he said, go tell me what you got. Go see. Look at what happened next in 41. And taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, Jesus, that is, he looked up to heaven and said a blessing and broke the loaves. Look what happened next. And gave them to the disciples and set before the people. And he divided the 2 fish among them all. And they all ate and were satisfied. Woo, this is good preaching material. He said, in essence, bring it to me. No. He said, I know what you got, but bring it to me. I'm trying to run, but I suggest on my way out, whenever you have lack, Jesus says, bring it to me. Whenever you have a need and you need God to do something, Jesus says, bring it to me. Whenever you need something to be multiplied in your life, Jesus says, just bring it to me. Okay, make it plain for me, Pastor. Do you need a breakthrough? Well, bring your broken situation that seems like it just won't fix to Jesus. Do you need healing in your body? Well, bring the sick situation to Jesus and watch him bring healing in your life. Does your marriage need to be healed? Well, bring your broken marriage to Jesus and watch him heal it. Do you need peace in your body? Peace in your home? Well, if you do, bring your chaotic situation to Jesus. Maybe your bills are behind. Maybe you don't feel like you got enough to pay your bills, but bring all your bills, that's right, get them together, put them on a stack, get them all together, get a folder, do what you got to do, and bring it to Jesus. Says, God, I'm setting this all at your altar because I need you to do something. Okay, wait a minute, I'm sorry, do me a favor and tell somebody, I'm bringing it to Jesus. I'm bringing it. Okay, y'all about to miss this because after all I've been through, after all the storms and the trials, I've come to the conclusion that in my hands is not enough. It comes a time where there must be, watch this, a handoff. I might as well finish where I started. I told you that the race can be won or lost in the handoff. That the relay can be won or lost in the handoff. That the race can be, that you can be victorious if you have a good handoff. A bad handoff can cause you to lose the race. You know what? Sometimes you can have good intentions and you might miss the handoff. But here it is in this text. Jesus says, if you just give it to me, if you just cause a handoff to happen, come here, your healing is in the handoff. Your peace is in the handoff. Your deliverance is in the handoff. Your joy is in the handoff. Come with me. Your breakthrough is in the handoff. Your financial breakthrough is in the handoff. Whatever you need God to do is in the handoff. God can multiply it, but you gotta hand it off first. God can cause overflow in your life, but you gotta hand it off. I'm here, please. I'm talking to you because somebody online or maybe in a house keeps looking at the broken situation and you keep saying, I don't have enough. You keep looking at your broken situation and saying it just won't get better. You keep looking at your broken situation and saying it won't turn around. But here comes your next assignment. Go see what you got. Stop complaining about it and go see what you have. Don't sit on your behind anymore. Get up. Wipe those tears from your face. Stand on your own 2 feet. You might be struggling, but decide I'm getting up today. Go see what you got. The handoff is where your blessing is. When you take your seed and you give it to Jesus, he can multiply it. Shout across this room, he'll multiply it, he'll multiply it. I don't care if you got $1, but he can multiply your dollar. When you need the multiplication effect, hand it off. Maybe you got $100 and you need God to turn it to 1,000. Hand it over to Jesus. Maybe you got $1,000 and you need God to turn it to 10,000. Hand it over to Jesus. Maybe you need God to bless your family, bless your home, bless your children. You want to take your broken situation situation and hand it over to Jesus, because in your hand it's not enough. But when I make up my mind and I decide I'm going to put it in the hands of Jesus, don't forget they hung him high and they stretched him wide. They pierced his hands just for you and me. And the blood came streaming down. I found out that if I put it in his hands, I found out that the whole world is in his hands. I found out that he can multiply, that he can increase, that he can cause overflow. If I just put it in his hands, scream across this room, scream at home, I'm giving it to Jesus. What you waiting for? You need God to multiply it, hand it off. What you waiting for? You need increase, hand it off. What you waiting for? You want a new job? Hand it off. Every time God blesses you, you want to decide, I'm going to hand it off. I'm taking it out of my hands, and I'm going to put it in your hands. I'm giving it to Jesus. You better stop letting the devil lie to you. Yes, I'm talking to you. I'm going to call this ugly devil out on my way out. Stop letting that devil lie to you. He's been trying to convince you to keep it in your hands. You've been saying it's not enough because it's been in your hands. You got holes in your pockets because it's been in your hands. You don't have increase like you want because it's been in your hands. But when you decide I'm going to join the iTithe challenge and take what I have and put it in Jesus' hands, all of a sudden you're a benefactor of the kingdom multiplier effect. That simply says that whatever you have, he will take it and turn around and give you 30, 60, even 100-fold return. In your hands, it's not enough. But what happens when you put it in Jesus' hands? Yeah. I'm gone. Did you miss what happened? The text says, after Jesus broke the bread, after he looked up to heaven and blessed it, did you see what happened in 41? The text says, and he gave it back to the disciples. Yeah. Y'all about to listen. He said, give it to me. He blessed it and multiplied it. And after he multiplied it, the text says he gave it back to them. And he said, now go give it to the people. What you trying to tell me, Pastor? After Jesus multiplied it, guess what he did? He took it from his hands and put it back in their hands. See, here it is. You've been trying to keep it in your hands. But God says, give it to me first. Let me multiply it, and I'll put it back in your hands. Wish I had about 25 of y'all online that says 2021. Everything that touches my hands, I'm giving it to Jesus. In 2021, every increase I have, I'm giving it to Jesus. In 2021, every time God blesses me with something new, every time God blesses me with overflow, every time I need something, I'm going to take it from my hand and I'm going to put it in Jesus' hand. Every check that I get, who am I talking to? Every increase that I have, I don't care if you're laid off or you got a bonus. I don't care if you're doing well or you're struggling. If you just decide I'm going to take everything that I have and take it from my hands and put it in Jesus' hands, I'm not going to complain about it no more. I'm just going to put it in his hands. I'm not going to whine about it no more. I'm just going to put it in his hands. I'm going to take from what's in my hand and give it back to Jesus. And this is what I found out. Is he will give it back to you. Yes, he will. But when he gives it back, it's a good measure. Yes. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. The blessing is in the handoff. Do me a favor, tell somebody online, I'm handing it off. I'm handing it off. God is ready to perform a miracle, but first I gotta hand it off. God is ready for increase. But first, I got to hand it off. Have you been trying to hold it all? Now is the time in the moment to decide I'm handing it off. Do me a favor, all over this room and at home, lift your hands wherever you are. Listen, I know it's been hard. Listen, I know 2020 has been a tough year. But guess what? We're in a new season, y'all. We're in a new day. I didn't ask you how it feels right now. I'm just telling you what God is saying in this season. And if you can align your heart's posture, if you can align your mind, if you can align your spirit with what God is saying, then you can have exactly what he says is yours. Oftentimes, we're so busy trying to tell what things aren't, and we're telling God what we feel, and God says, all I need you to do is say what I say. All I need you to do is believe what my word says. All I need you to do is take whatever is in your head and give it to me. Okay, I'm talking to the person online that says, well, Pastor, I'm not working. I don't have that much. Pastor, I'm working, but we're struggling. Listen, God can take your dollar and turn it to whatever you need it to be. God can take your 50 cents, yes, I'm talking to you, and turn it to whatever you need it to be. This message is not just for those that got $1 million in their pocket. I'm talking for the person that got a penny in their pocket. You take whatever you got and you give it to Jesus and watch him multiply it. But the key is, the success is, the secret sauce is, you got to give it to Jesus. If you're here this morning, you don't know this Jesus that I preach, the first thing I need you to do is give your life to Jesus. Here comes the great exchange, where you exchange yours for his. Your worries for his peace. Your stress for his joy. Your trouble for a trouble-free life. Your issues for his supernatural blessings. Today is the day. Don't you wait till we get back to the building. That's all cool in the game, but now is the hour. Today is the time. I want you to give your life to Jesus. If you're online and you've been out of church, you haven't been praying like you should, fasting like you should, seeking God like you should, tithing like you should. Your family's out of church, and you know deep down, you said, I gotta get this right. I know better than this. I'm talking to you. It's time. It's handoff time. I want you to take your church hurt and hand it off to Jesus. I want you to take your stress and hand it off to Jesus. For the text says in this scripture that talks about a great exchange, he says, come unto me, all who are weary and heavy laden. And here comes the exchange right here. He says, and I will give you rest. Some of you have been seeking rest. The challenge is you haven't given it to Jesus. You've been trying to find a rest on your own. Oh, and there's about 3 of you that you gave it to, but you went and you took it back. Because you couldn't let worry go. Because you couldn't let doubt go. Because you just couldn't let go of what they did to you. So you took it back so you can mull on it, so you can get angry about it, so you can get more frustrated about it. I'm here today to invite you to a great exchange and say, I'm giving it all to Jesus. Let it go. Why put yourself through this kind of stress and worry? Let it go. Why allow yourself to have one more sleepless night? God did not intend for you to have these sleepless nights. Why should you stay up all night and God too? Somebody should get some sleep, and it might as well be you, because the God that I serve, he doesn't sleep or slumber. So God ain't going to sleep. So you might as well give it to Jesus and decide, tonight I'm getting me some good rest. I speak rest over your life. I speak peace over your life. In the name of Jesus. Say this prayer with me. God, here I am. A sinner. I confess with my mouth that Jesus is the Lord. I believe in my heart that God, you raised your son from the dead on the third day. Receive me in your kingdom. In Jesus' name. If you said that prayer, oh my God, you just made the best decision of your life. Yes. Your life will never be the same. But the next step is discipleship. Somebody holler discipleship. Discipleship. So it's one thing to receive your citizenship. That's what just happened. But now that you're a citizen of the kingdom, you need to know your rights. Because you can be a victim when you don't have to be. the laws can be broken, and you need to know how to fight. You need to know how to pray. You need to know how to war, and that happens when you know your rights. So what do you need to do? You need to be discipled. So I want you to text the number that's been on the screen. Text it right now. If you've been out of church, you're ready to get back in church, ready to join the church, you need somebody to pray for you, text the number. You're ready to be discipled, text the number. Don't you dare wait. Now is the time. Oh my God. Did you just enjoy that worship? Come on, clap emojis all over the place. Wow. OMG. Somebody put in the comment section, OMG. The blessing is in the handoff. I'm going to see some of y'all in the grocery store. I'm going to hand off some stuff to you like, look, God's about to do something. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to hand off my groceries to you. Then you're going to go to the vehicle counter. You're going to pay for them all. In Jesus' name. It's in the handoff. The blessing is in the handoff. I'm so glad that you have come today. I surely believe that if you came broken, beaten, battered, bruised, struggling, I believe after today you have left better. Somebody shout better, 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 better. Welcome, and I'm so glad that you have come to experience the kingdom. Did we already tell you March the 7th, mark your calendars, we are coming back to the house. It's going to be bananas. Listen. We have a red carpet welcome back event. You've probably already been seeing it online. You gotta be here. This is the place to be on March the 7th. Get your family, get everybody you know, get here, wear your mask, but come ready to worship. We start at 8:30. We're gonna have refreshments, coffee bar, and we got a special red carpet. I promise you don't wanna miss this. All roads lead to 1825 Spring Arbor Road. Be here. I'm telling you, it's going to bless you good. I'm so glad you came. We out of here. I'm going to see you next week, and I'll see you March the 7th in person. Until then, 6:25 on Wednesday, next Sunday, 9:55. May God richly bless you, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Hey family, I was wondering, have you joined the challenge? We just launched our iTithe challenge, and we need you to join today.
Listen, I don't care where you're watching from. Anywhere in the country, anywhere in the state, or in the city, you need to join this challenge. God promises a blessing. He said in Malachi 3rd chapter, 10th verse and 11th verse, he says, try me, put me to the test. So guess what we're doing? We're testing God, we're trying him at this, and we are in a 90-day iTithe challenge. You got to join the challenge today. I want you to go right on our page and put, I'm joining the challenge. Type it in the comment section. If you're on the app, send a message, say, I'm in the challenge, because we are expecting God to increase. Join the challenge. Today, let's go do it. Can't wait to see you. God bless you.
We want to see you back on March 7th. Go show the challenge.
What's going on, y'all? Minister Russell here.
Minister Bradley.
And once again, welcome to another edition of The Spillover. Oh my God. Hey. We're back again. Listen, I'm hoping that this iTithe series has been blessing y'all as much as it's been blessing me.
Yes.
Has it been blessing you?
It's been really blessing me, man.
Oh my
I'll tell you what, I learned so much from this series. And every Sunday I look forward to the message.
Yeah.
I'm in expectation mode.
Same. And if y'all feel the same, I need y'all to be smashing the heart button, the thumbs up button. Y'all can be smashing that right now.
Yes.
And we want to talk with y'all. Listen, tithing has been the focal point of this series. And I wouldn't say just tithing, but just a faith walk alone and really understanding how God interacts with his people and how he speaks to us.
Yes.
One of the points that's sticking out to me about this last service was a Jehovah Jireh situation.
Yes.
If y'all remember that, listen, right now I need y'all to be smashing some fire emojis down here.
Emoji.
Pastor started running on that part.
He was gone. He was gone on that part.
And what struck a chord with me was just that it's crazy to think that sometimes we go through things and I think we naturally sometimes just say, oh, the devil is attacking me and the devil is trying to steal, kill, and destroy. But sometimes the devil's come back like,
it ain't me.
I'm not messing with you.
I'll take the credit.
Yeah.
Right.
Or maybe it is, but God is allowing some circumstances to come into your life because he's trying to get us to lean on him. We don't know he's a provider until we have no choice.
Right. Until that situation happens where we have to depend on him.
There's nothing else to lean on.
Because I like what he said, man. Pastor had when he was making that point. He was like, God would allow a Jehovah Jireh-like situation to happen in your life. So when you need him to be a provider in your life, he will be a provider, right?
Oh my God.
It's like, man, it's like when your back is against the wall. You know what I mean? When you got needs that need to be met and you stop doing it on your own. You know what I mean? Like you really stop trying to make things happen on your own. And you say, God, listen, I done tried everything that I know to try. I done did everything that I know to do on my own. I'm ready to surrender, right? I'm ready to trust you in whatever area that is, right?
Man.
Whether it's your finances, man, whether it's in your relationships, you know. So, I relate to that because I've been there, bro. Like, I've been in that situation where it's like, he's like, man, you keep trying to pick stuff up and fix it on your own. So, I'm going to keep allowing this stuff to happen. I'm going to keep letting you go through this fire until you get to that point where you're like, God, I need you to provide for me. I need you to step in. You know,
it's crazy. As much as we desire to live this life where we have no cares, no worries, and we think if we get to a certain level of money, man, I don't got a care in the world, but God continues to show us that nothing can sustain us but God. And we need these situations where there's nothing else standing around. There's nothing we can lean on. Only thing you can lean on is God. And that's why that part of the word just resonated with me so tough, because you don't know how much you need God until you need God. Oh man. Situation. Oh man. So when we talk about tithing, and we talk about what that really means, those are the situations that prick your heart, right? Like when I'm in my finances and when I'm looking at my budget and I'm saying, oh, it's getting tight. Man, I got Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Sling,
start calling them all
YouTube Premium, Planet Fitness. I've been to Planet Fitness since COVID started. It's been about a year.
They are open now.
I know. You sound like you use excuses like, man, I can't go. You're not going. But man, when it gets tight, you think about these moments when you couldn't trust anybody but God, and he always came through. When am I worried about what's going to happen? How am I going to pay this? When I'm giving unto God and I'm sowing in, I'm going to reap what I sow.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, man.
And that's important what you just said. It's like, but I mean, it's true though. We have a tendency to always like even though like we paying our tithes, right? And God, He says, you know, I'll never leave you nor forsake you, right? But when you're in the moments, man, like you're not really. It's like, man, I'm not like, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that. You gotta sit back, like I'm gonna provide for you, like, you know. And so I've been there, man, and I know a lot of you have been there too. You might be there right now. You might be in that situation.
If you've been there, hand clap emojis in the chat right now. Hand clap emojis if you've been there before.
We need it. And what we want you to do, if y'all can do this, please, like put in the comment section, like give us an experience that you may have been experiencing where you needed God to do something for you, right? You ain't got to go into great details, but just you know, share something like, man, my area of finance where I need to depend on Him more, or in relationships or whatever. Those are just some examples.
Yeah.
But that's it though, man. It's like when those situations happen, man, where you gotta solely depend on God for everything, right? He's like, listen, you can lean on me. Lean not into your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge me.
Oh my God.
You know? And like, man, so that man, when he brought that up, I just thought about that. I was like, dang, like, man, we don't realize how much we need God until we really need Him. Like,
it's real.
Yeah.
It's real. So listen, this is what we want you guys to do right now. If you're tuning in with us in the spillover, number one, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for still being here. Right now, engage with this. If you're in the chat right now, let us know what's going on with your faith walk. Tell us about an experience you had where your back was against the wall and you trusted God and He came through. I'm going to be online and interacting with you right now and be responding. Mr. Bradley's on. All the Kingdom Life fam who's still tuning in will engage with you. The Kingdom Life Facebook page will be engaging with you. But we want to hear from you. Listen, we love you. Thank you for tuning in with us. Yes. And give us your own testimonial down here. We'll be back next Sunday with another spillover. March 7th, we're back in the building. Can't wait to see you. If you're anywhere near the area, get here. Spring Arbor Road.
Yes, sir.
All right, we love you. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.